children of the night, and welcome to Tarot Nights with the Hanged Empress. Here we do shadow work following the moon.
Yo, VI, play the beat.
Remember your gifts. Remember that you're gifted. I was going to do our Aries quarter moon today, and as I was getting ready, setting up, and things were starting to flood in, I recognized the message. This isn't moon business. This is Venus. So I wanted to take a look, get a little bit deeper into what we can expect with Venus moving into Capricorn, how that's going to look. Because it's very important to remember that you are gifted and remember your gifts. I know it's the holiday season and people are exchanging presents, and there is a level of that sentiment of exchanging, of giving gifts that comes up in this Venus and Capricorn energy. Capricorn is a great provider and has done a lot of work to get a certain place to give these particular gifts with significance and meaning. It's all very serious. Even though it seems light, underneath it there is thought, there is sentiment, there is a genuine care that is obvious to the naked eye. You can see when somebody gives you something how much thought, how much care, how much effort they put into it. Observing these things can really tell you a lot about the relationship, how they treat the gifts that you give to them or the gifts that you give to others. Those are very telling things to let you know, to clue you in as to what their value of you and your relationship is. If someone throws away your gifts, that's how they feel about you. That's how they feel about the relationship. It's your time, your effort, your care, your eye, meaningless. Didn't hit the mark. Missed. Just a little bit of that Sagittarius energy bouncing back. There's swings and there's misses. But the ones that really hit are the ones that recognize the value in that care, in that time, in that thought, and in the way that it was delivered. Hello, children of the night, and welcome to Tarot Nights with the Hanged Empress. Here we do shadow work following the moon and follow the stars as they guide us through our daily lives, walking, learning to balance those places and spaces in our minds and hearts to integrate the darkness and find the hope in our despair. Why did I hear the presence in our lives? Presence as in present here and now, the presence in our lives, not lives, lives, but also the presence, like the gifts that we were just talking about in our lives. The lives that we give or that are given to us are gifts as well, that are reflective of what that relationship means. We opened up, and what was left behind literally pulled the deck. We had the Six of Swords on the bottom. I didn't even shuffle. These are still cold from the car. And 2 cards were left behind. I pulled out the whole book, the whole deck. But what was left behind was the Initiate of Swords and the Devil. The Initiate, the initiator of swords, of battle, of war, of verbal exchange, the starter of the conversation and or the fight, under the influence of the devil, succumbing to the dark whispers without truly hearing them, without further examining them, just acting, just initiating off of a whisper rather than going in and reflecting. Those are the energies that are being left behind. Quite literally, Six of Swords, burning house, on the boat, bye. No, it's already done. What's done over there is done. Cool guys don't look at explosions, they just walk away. And that's what's going to end up happening in this circumstance and scenario. We're not hucking and flinging swords, and we're not participating. We're not here to catch some shrapnel. And I thank you, as they say. I think I'd rather not. Thanks. It's a good thing that I shuffle these before and after as well, just to keep the deck fresh. I know we were under the influence of that devil in our last read, but the Initiate of Swords isn't present. And that's how I knew that we were somewhere different. Just because the road looked the same doesn't mean we were going in the same direction. 10 wands fell underneath the table. It's a subtle and silent completion. Like this completion in this wand era. Yeah. One moment. Oof, Dockheads. Undercover was sure right. Something might be suppressed. Straight up blocked, cut off, held back, pushed behind a door, locked up. But it can't be held forever. There is some kind of exchange that maybe you weren't ready for. But when you are ready to make the exchange, this gift exchange, that's when the door opens up. That's when you create the space for this next place, this next journey to move forward. Got the Ace of Swords chilling on the top here. Split the deck straight up into the Five of Wands. Yeah, like there's battle, there's struggle, there's fight over this gift that Venus and Capricorn is bringing us. I don't think everybody's gonna be happy about it. But you have to figure out how you can be happy about it. Five of Cups. How can you find that light, space, and place? How can you come to terms, make the compromise? The star fell to the floor. The Seven of Pentacles grows into the Ten of Pentacles. I was just remembering, when I was coming home, was it the solstice? Was it the night of the solstice? I was coming home and a big, big meteor, like falling star, literally went straight ahead of me. Like it came down, it was huge in the sky, and I watched it come down and it fell out in front of me as if I was moving towards it. And that's how that falling star on the floor made me feel. It gave me that sensation. I kept these sides separate. We'll address that. We're gonna grab the star. Catch a falling star and put it in your pocket. Never let it fade away. That was terrible. That's terrible singing. Sometimes that happens. And I think that is something to remember, that your expression isn't always going to be 100%, but summoning that conviction and doing it anyways. You don't get to be a king of wands by never swinging a wand, by never swinging the mallet, the hammer, by never throwing your weight around or putting yourself out there. You know, what is it? You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. If you don't step out the door, the day will never begin. You'll never go anywhere or do anything. If you want to catch this falling star, you're going to have to get out and chase after it. You're going to have to take a step, make a move, speak something into existence, not just, oh, I wish this would happen. If I wish and wish and wish hard enough, it will come to me. That is only the first part. That is barely even a step. That is before you start stepping. But the very next thing that you have to do is take that step and get yourself in the position to actually receive the thing that it is that you are chasing after. And I think that's why there is this barricade hold that we are accepting as undefeatable, because at this point, we haven't yet made the keys to unlock the next door, but we're in the process of it. If you gather your materials and start putting things into place yourself, that's how you fashion the keys to unlock the door, to come into this resolution. Why do I just want to put this down? Like, I don't even want to open this book that I've dropped with the King of Wands on top, because I didn't think it was important, but I can't put it back. There might be something that you take out and you're not sure why or what to do with it. But trust yourself and trust your intuition. Just kind of letting things flip, fly, and fall past. Just kind of, yeah, watching. We're just watching things go by. We're watching the that war energy pass us by. What has fallen? Four of Swords and Page. The Four of Swords and the Page. There's a fine line between hesitation, procrastination, and perfect timing. It's like the pendulum swinging, and you have to jump past it. So you have to get that right timing. Watching and studying the way that this pendulum moves, the way that the energy is moving, the way that other people move, act, and react. Studying those things gives you the timing to know when it's time to jump, to take that leap, to move. It's like, wait, 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 go. Go now. But there's a lot of patience in it. And I think that's why we were so hesitant, so resistant to picking up this king and learning its story. We had to be ready. We had to take a few faulty swings. We had to study what it is that we were coming up against. And with this king, we feel ready. We feel ready to be the master over our desires, We're doing Venus in Capricorn, but now I'm getting some Saturnian energy coming in there. Um, but it sounds like good advice from the universe. Maybe not even a person, just that inner guidance coming directly from Saturn that gives you that encouragement, that courage to move forward, to take a step. Look, you've gained ground, you've learned stability, you've trained your body, you've trained your muscles, you've trained your mind. You're ready now. Falls back death. You're ready now. Okay, sorry, that was very dramatic. That was very dramatic with the Ten of Swords. Oh, I can die now. I can let this be. This can go. This can pass. I'm ready now. We're no longer lingering near our own body, wondering if there was something that we could have done differently. Because the body is representative of this past scenario, circumstance, situation, that big blockage, that big cage that you felt like you were held into was the body itself. And once we come to accepting the reality of that situation, now we can move forward. Now we can grow. Ace of Wands. We can begin. Let's get started. Now that we've finished this, have you finished yet? Now that we've finished this, we can begin again. We can carry forward. We can progress. Queen of Wands. There's more. There is more. Hello, Queen. Present but not looking. I have this horror, like, feeling in the back of my mind like there's a hood over her head. And that's why we're not seeing her. It feels terrifying to not know where you're going and what you're doing, what's going to happen next. There's a world of possibilities of this going so bad. So bad. I feel like this queen energy is just really going within and seeking out that inner strength, pulling herself together. And we can say that with the magician beneath. I thought we were on our last card, so I pulled that down. I was like, oh, okay, okay. What we have inside of us, our true vision, our true light, our true drive and passion, all of these directives and resources. It seems like we're in a circumstance, in a situation where none of that stuff means anything on the external. Like, none of that can do anything for this situation. But the energy of those things being outside of the cloak, the veil, the door, the box, the cage, what have you, for descriptors of how you are feeling stuck in a place, space, moment, time, connection. Whatever that is, the most important thing is to stop reflecting what's around you and start reflecting what is within you, and conjuring through burning this candle at both ends, lighting and uniting your higher and lower, your light and dark self, and getting them to work in tandem and together towards the same goals, regardless of what is going on around you. What's inside isn't all that great. It's It's not, I said that weird. It's not that great what you got going on inside. No, there are dark parts, there are dark places, and there are dark spaces. And probably the most terrifying thing about it is once you stop reflecting what's going on around you, your awareness is going to be turned to where that darkness lives inside of you, where that comes out. And it's not anybody else. And you know it's not anybody else. This is something that's going on inside of me. What am I reacting and responding to? And you have to run that loop. You have to light and ignite from both sides and unite these identities, I guess. Words are coming in weird. And unite these identities in a way that creates your newest space and place. And there's that Seven of Pentacles again. That was on the top. We put it onto the bottom. And I think that's part of the reason why I didn't want to pick up the story. So it's like, it ends with Seven of Pentacles, like, meh, meh. And it's like, eh, I did that thing. I don't know, maybe you won't feel like you're winning. When you win, maybe you won't actually feel like it's a win. But it's different. It's new. And it's learning experience. Even the greatest kings have folly. Okay, this is... Sorry, stepping into the real world, all of the greatest kings are nothing but folly. But the greatest kings of our own self, embodiment, life, those king moments that exist inside you that you can identify with, even they have hard times, even they have learning experiences, but how you handle that as a king, as a queen, how you bring them together. They're facing opposite directions, but if you both just take a step back, quit fighting, and look each other in the face, maybe y'all talk it out. Yeah, it's going to be some dark parts, but we're not ignoring those dark wonders. We're facing them. And in that, that's where we come together, accepting what is and what isn't. In order to survive, there must be sacrifice. God, I hate that. I hate that so much. But remember the words. Those are the truths. What's truly worth something is worth sacrifice, and that's not manipulation tactic. Because it's not even a question. What's worth it to you won't even be a question. Just take a step back. If you feel overwhelmed with a level of confinement or containment, wait for your time. Wait for that moment to catch the swinging door. Fashion your own keys. It can be very scary not knowing what's on the other side, knowing that you're going to have to lose something to move forward. Something can't come with you. It's like it's being squeezed out of you as you pass through the door. Very odd sensation. It may be something that you really thought that you wanted, that you can carry on. And maybe you can even get it back. Who knows? Trudge forward, my children. Honor your true self and your true guidance. Become your own king and queen of your life, in your space, in your place. Follow your destiny. Follow those falling stars. They're landing right in front of you. Things are going to hit their targets. You best be ready when it's time to move. So once the bombs start dropping, we're going to run through a minefield. And what comes out the other side? Maybe a little bit stripped, beaten, roughed up. However, I'm still standing. There's just a little walk to that rest and healing. Hope you slept well, kids. We're in for it. We'll see you next time.